I told you. Because that was alright,
Yep.
So, first question: have you ever been to Wisconsin?
No, this is my first time to Wisconsin.
What do you think of it?
It's great. It's a little warmer than I guess it's what's supposed to be right now, but it's a cool state. Kind of feels like Oklahoma a little bit out here, but yeah, this place has barely any trees on it, and so yeah, it's a little windy out here, but it's a nice place. It's really cool.
What were your first thoughts there in Hills, and maybe kind of your thoughts after today, after it rained a little bit?
Yeah, it's a great course. It's unique. You gotta drive it well off the tee. But I think the scores could be pretty good if the wind's not blowing. I think the wind's supposed to be blowing a little bit the next the rest of the week, but I think it's something that these guys out here, especially if it gets a little softer with all this rain, you could see some pretty good scores. But then if it dries out with the wind, it could be really tough because the hay around the fairways is not easy, and it's a tough driving course. Other than the fairways, the fairways are big, but there's just you just can't miss the fairways, or else you're taking penalty shots basically. But yeah.
That fescue, they kind of let it down today. I was listening to Rory. Really, the only person who's complaining is Kevin Myers a couple days ago. What are your thoughts on the fescue and even them mowing it down today?
Yeah, I mean it's a penalty for sure. You shouldn't be really. I mean, obviously you're going to be going in there sometimes. Hopefully not, but there'll be a lot of guys in there. But the fairways are huge. If you hit a good drive, you're going to be in the fairway. You're not going to be hitting good drives that are going to be in the hay. So it's big fairways. Hopefully you won't be in there very much, but it is penalizing though if you do go in there. It's you have to chip out sideways if you can find your ball. So that's the thing though. It's they did cut down some of it today, which I think is good because it's already penalizing enough to have to chip out. You should at least be able to find your ball in there and be able to get it somewhere. But before there were some areas where you literally could just drop the ball and be right over it and not even be able to see it. So, but it's something everyone has to deal with. You just gotta go out there and hit it straight off the tee. And if you hit a lot of fairways out here, you're probably gonna do pretty well.
How do you think the course is going to play this week, and how do you think that it really fits or doesn't fit your game?
I think it fits my game great. It's a ball striker's paradise out here, which that's the way a lot of U.S. Opens are. You have to hit it well off the tee. You have to hit it well. You have to hit your irons well into the greens, and I think of myself as a really good ball striker, and so I think it fits my game great. And it's just in perfect condition. I mean, it really is. They haven't before this week. They hadn't had any play on it for 8 months, and so there's when I got here Saturday, there were hardly any divots on the fairways. No divots on the greens, so it's in perfect shape, and it'll be a good test. It's exciting. The greens are great, so you can see a lot of putts go in. But it's I'm excited for the test.
What are your expectations going into this week? Coming off the Masters, you missed the cut. You're looking to be low am, just make the cut. What are your goals this week?
I think I learned a lot from the Masters. That was my first major, so just being more comfortable with the whole major atmosphere, getting registered at the clubhouse, getting just feeling more comfortable around the pros, asking them when if they want to go play practice round, just little things like that, just kind of a comfortability level that makes it a lot easier just going throughout the week. The Masters, I'm just kind of thrown into that that whole ordeal, and I'm kind of just eyes big, just looking around and not really know what to do. But now here at the U.S. Open after the Masters, I kind of know what to do on a lot of those different aspects. And but I'm on my goal this week. I want to compete. I feel like I'm playing well enough right now that I can go out there and I can play well and have a chance to compete for this tournament. Obviously I'm not going to say my goal is to win because you could have Jason Day or Rory go out there and shoot 30 under, and it's almost impossible to compete with. So I just want to go out there and compete and give myself some kind of chance, on that weekend. That'd be a lot of fun.
And two more questions. Coming off the Masters, and then you guys' big run to NCAA's getting the team title. What's your confidence level at right now? I mean, you just said your game was pretty well, but confidence-wise, where are you right now?
I'm really confident. I didn't really play well at all this last fall. Struggled at the beginning of the spring, but played the Masters. Didn't play, didn't miss a cut. Didn't play as well as I wanted to, but I didn't play horrible. It was tough conditions, and I just didn't putt very well. But since then, I've gotten a few top tens, one Stanford regional, helped the team win the national championship. So I've been playing well lately. It's been nice to be near the lead, in almost every tournament I've played in since the Masters. It's always fun being near the lead or in the lead and kind of having those the adrenaline going, kind of get those going through your veins, and it's a good feeling to have when you have a chance to win a tournament. So it's been nice to kind of get that feeling back a little bit, and I'm just super confident right now. I'm feeling good about my game, and just excited to see where it takes me these next few days.
And finally, we're in Wisconsin, obviously. Have you had any cheese?
I probably have nothing. Nothing just by itself, I guess.
Like cheese curds or anything?
No, I haven't. I've been told I need to try it, so I'll probably will by the end of the week. But yeah, so I've heard they have good cheese here, so we'll see.
Gotta check it out.
Oh yeah.